Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumed Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I want to speak about how to get into the flow state as a gamer. I feel super relaxed right now. I actually just did a meditation through this app called HoloSync. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but just check it out because it's been really helping me. I'm not even sponsored by them, right? But I really like what they're doing. And I've always been a fan of, subliminals combined with audio technology. So that's what they're doing. And yeah, shout out to that research center, Central Point Research Center, where they're really doing that. And this thing is really optimizing my mindset and the way that it's coming across. So I really appreciate that. Meditation, why is meditation important? If you're a gamer, you want to be meditating. You want to be getting into the flow state outside of your video games. And also, you want to have that persistence in mind. We miss 100% of the shots we don't take. So whatever game you're playing, whether it's, some kind of sports game like Madden, NBA, FIFA, whatever you're playing, or it could be some kind of shoot 'em up game. I know a lot of boomers watching this video, they'll be like, they have a negative idea of video games, like, oh, these kids are wasting their time, why don't they go outside? I understand that, but video games nowadays are very different, all right? It's like Revenge of the Nerds all of a sudden, where people can monetize video gaming and actually live a very flourishing life through video gaming. So there's a new wave of different clans, different types of video gamers on Twitch and things like that. So that being said, you really want to optimize a few key things here. As you're practicing your gaming skills, you want to do things like listen to flow state music. You want to practice having patience and mindfulness and controlling your breathing as you're in that game. Anything that can help you with your hand-eye coordination or fast twitch muscles. This could be things like, those tennis ball machines that just like they throw the ball and you catch it. That would be something I would look into. Also getting a grounding pad, all right? I haven't tried that before, but I've heard really good things about it, good reviews about it. And also, I'm not much of a gamer, but I've trained lots of gamers in their own space to get into flow. And one of the things that really helps is to strengthen the muscles of the hand itself. So getting a stress ball, getting a hand grip device to really strengthen that wrist muscle, and also doing some exercises with the fingers. This works also if you're like a person who plays the piano, or plays a musical instrument. Similar idea, right? You're just strengthening these muscles, and you just want both sides of the brain, that hemisphere synchronization, to work together. So one thing is you can stretch and just have your fingers run down the wall, run up the wall. All right, that's a really good one. Very easy. And also, the tension that you're feeling throughout, let's say you have a break or a halftime, what you can do is you can massage the area with your thumb right where your wrist crease is, right where your hand comes into your arm. So that point, all right? I actually have a little mole here. I always thought when I was a kid that this was because I was Spider-Man. I remember playing lots of video games as a kid. One of my favorites used to be FIFA, and I used to play it constantly on the PSP. And I used to notice that your arms would start aching, right, and getting really uh, clogged up, a lot of pain, a lot of soreness here. And one thing that I would recommend is that you put some ice, or you get this place really, the blood flow flowing here again. So getting some ice, hot compress, cold compress is always great for the hands itself. Because your hand is the main thing. You have the joystick, right? It's really your hand-eye coordination that you're building up. So once you have a really good hand-eye coordination, you're going to maintain that flow state. And also, all of the neurochemicals, right? The neurochemicals that are coming through, dopamine, serotonin, anandamide, endorphins, adrenaline. So all of this stuff is really helping you tap into the flow state during that time. One important technique that I would say is for anandamide to have cocoa or just dark chocolate. Dark chocolate prevents the breakdown of anandamide. And anandamide, if you are familiar with it, is what is released through things like marijuana, right? So even if you're taking CBD, it'll help you with your anandamide, but also The great thing about dark chocolate is it prevents the breakdown of it. And anandamide really helps for anti-anxiety, and it also helps for creative thinking and innovative focus, right? So innovative ideas coming in. Having a little bit of dark chocolate, mixing a little bit of, cocoa powder with your protein shakes or into your coffee, right? Getting a little bit of that mocha flavoring can really adapt and help that intuitiveness and that creativity as you're gaming. So there's a lot of chocolate out there that don't use actual legit coca, right? And so you want to stay away from those. So if you're buying lots of dark chocolate, it might be like some fake version, right? So get it from the organic source. Other things is, the endorphins that you feel obviously feels it's helping you stay in that seat, your butt on the seat, right? Because you're sitting down and playing most likely. It would be beneficial to sometimes stand up and play. I think that would be very beneficial to just stand up, be on your feet, wiggle your toes around, because that would help in grounding again. However, if you are sitting down a long time, that's where the endorphins come into play, because that really helps you to push your physical limits and also help you feel positive. So if you want to really start to getting into the habit of just basic meditation and walking at a relatively quick pace, not too quick, not too slow. It's just a medium-paced walk, okay? And just getting into the habit of that. That's going to really help you to get into a low-grade flow state, and you'll be able to maintain those alpha waves as you're gaming. So during your break, you want to do a few things, right? Again, I told you this. You want to close your eyes a little bit. That helps immediately for you to go into alpha waves, and just breathe. Release any tension from the shoulders, right? You've been sitting there for a really long time, right? Playing a tournament or whatever you're doing, Tekken, Madden, whatever you're playing. And so coming back into your body from the mind, all right, really important. So a bit of tapping, a bit of qigong tapping here and there, just getting the blood flowing again throughout the body. Doing a little bit of stretching in the breaks as well is really good, because you want to train yourself like in esports, right? It's called esports. You want to train yourself like an athlete and not just like a gamer. So basically you want to really have the environment work for you. So if you're playing a certain kind of MMORPG, or let's say you're playing like Warcraft, right? And you're playing a tournament, basically what you want to be doing is understanding that the game itself are giving you certain flow state triggers. Video games, they work in a way that makes you get into flow state and makes the game engaging for you, and that's what's releasing all these neurochemicals, right? So there's things like risk, novelty, complexity, unpredictability, deep embodiment, right? All these flow state triggers that are coming out of this. Through certain games, once you know there's a very clear objective to win the game, or just to be in the game, or level up, or whatever, right? And so those are also giving you little dopamine hits, like the reward center of your brain is going, oh, okay, I passed this checkpoint. In that way, focus is also filtering the useful information from the dopamine hits, right? So your engagement, excitement, exploration is also going up. You're getting much more engaged into the game and going into different levels. The issue here is when, video game addiction, really. Like when you don't get up for days and you're just playing the same thing over and over again for a long period of time, because you're getting all these addictive neurochemicals. I can speak about that in another video, obviously, but, it is important for you as a gamer to be able to maintain that gaming life with real life, all right? You want to really start incorporating that, right? Mixing with other gamers in person, not just on stream. We are hardwired to connect with other people, and that is happening. Our brain doesn't know the difference whether that's happening in person or that's happening in a chat room in a video game somewhere, right? So it feels like we're already getting that social reward from the brain, but actually it's much more beneficial to be having those friends in person as well. So we start to sort of detach from the real world a little bit when we are in that gaming world, and we get into the realm of fantasy, things like that. I've been there. I know how tough that can be as well. However, I would generally just say, get into the sunlight a little bit, do all the things that an athlete would train like, and then just apply that mentality, that mindset shift into the game itself. All right, there is no competition because you are your own competition. You have to overcome yourself. I would also get you to practice over and over again, man. Practice against bots, right? If you're playing chess, for instance, play against bots. I know sometimes it's difficult. Multiplayer is a lot more fun when you're actually playing with real people because then you can test yourself out with other people's skills and not just the robot skills. But robot skills are pretty good, especially when it gets around expert mode, right? The bots are really just there to be completely, superhuman, right? In a sense, they're made for that. However, if you can beat the bots and you can get really good at fighting against the CPU or the computer or the game itself, then you can really just annihilate your competition because you've already applied that skill set to these bots, these robots, right? Who are made to actually be better than you, right? They're made to do that. So in chess, I've noticed is actually very rigged against you, right? At times as well. Not that I'm a great chess player, but shout out to my cousin who is. He's practicing. I see him on the game all the time. But yeah. Anyway, so the fact is, right, you just want to maintain that high level mindset that I am the best. I am the best gamer. I will take on anybody. You want that. You want that. Even as as a rapper in my own world, I believe I'm in a league of my own. You have to believe that. You honestly have to believe that you're in a league of your own, that nobody can touch you. Even if that's true, even if that's not true, Muhammad Ali, he claimed it. I am the best, and that's what gave him that push, that willingness. And I would want you to go into a kind of Bruce Lee mentality of fighting certain opponents that are going to challenge and awaken different skill sets for you. Let's say that you have one of your friends who's very, very good at camping and using this sniper or whatever in some video game. Right, you can learn certain things from him, right? So asking him certain questions, getting into conversations with other gamers, gaining that skill set. You want a MMA kind of mentality of I'm going to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that skill to really concretely create the entire gamer. All right, so let's say one of your friends, one of your bros that you play Fortnite with or whatever, he's really good at this one technique. You want him on your team, but then you start noticing his gameplay and what he does. And you start predicting his movements now because you've already analyzed and you've tapped yourself into his mindset of the game. Right? And this it's not great to mind read people in general, but in a video game, if you can mind read and if you can be like, okay, this guy is definitely going to do this next. I know which character he's choosing already, right? It's his favorite character. He's mastered that character. So I know the moves that are associated with that character and what he's going to end up doing. So I'm already going to predetermine that and premeditate that and have certain blocks and moves. Let's say someone chooses like Blanca, right, in Street Fighter, right? Like the monster dude, right, with the huge fluffy hair, right? If someone chooses Blanca, you know their skills and the certain smash moves and all that. Even if you're playing some game like Super Smash Brothers, whatever you're playing, if you know the opponent, if you know the moves that they have, if you know their power-ups, if you know all of that, you see, knowledge is power, right? So once you know that this is what they're going to use, this is the moves that they have, you can pre-plan and have certain movements where you just trap them in the game, right? And you know this because based on the pattern recognition. So once you get into the flow state, your pattern recognition will be amped up. There's a reason why people say your motivation goes up 500%. A DARPA study on these snipers said that they go up, their precision goes up like 200+%, right? And so if you are really, really fine-tuning that and noticing that pattern recognition of what this game is about, you know all the maps, you know all the players, you know the territories, you know the loopholes, you know the cheat codes, you know the walkthroughs, you know all of that. Now it's about putting in those fast twitch muscles and those ability to really think fast on your feet in the game itself. All right, so whatever helps you, like Bruce Lee, when he used to fight, he used to make animal noises, right? Right? He used to make animal noises as he's fighting because it helps him distract his opponent, first of all. The opponent's going, what the heck? Am I fighting like a some kind of a bird or a human, right? It confuses. Not that I recommend you doing that in the game. However, you know how certain people have, things that they say or things that they do that just give them like a way to taunt their opponent or give them a mantra to stay focused? I'd highly recommend that. Guys like, haha, I got you that round. Just don't even let that throw you off, right? If he's like, haha, I got you that time, remember, I got you, you're just going, let's wait and see. Watch me next round. Calmness, ease, flow state mastery, Shaolin, precision, and you're just back at it again. And you're just A, B, A, B, A, B, up, down, boom! Got it, right? So keeping that calm, even if, like some people, their mentality will throw you off. They'll jeer at you, they'll taunt you. Don't let that throw you off. Just keep your focus back, keep your breathing locked in. Don't get too angry. Just, you've seen Cobra Kai, how he goes, shh, anger down for now. Don't let it control you, right? And just awaken that beast. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. See you next time.